Hello from ChiNature.com. This is Mak Jo Si. Today I'm going to talk about another lesson in our life-saving self-defense series. And this lesson I'll talk about one of the most important factor in a real fight. In a real fight or a real life-saving self-defense situation, you always have to use your hand, your grip, and the wrist. These mostly when people train in martial art, they focus on the arm, the muscles here, and the shoulder and the body. So when they're in a fight, they rely on the arm muscle all the time. But always in a life-saving situation, when you need to do some life-saving self-defense, you're always being like locked like that, and you need to have a strong grip. Okay, and then you need to have a strong wrist, and so on. For example, when people are grabbing your hand and pulling you away, if they are very strong, okay, it's hard to get away from that kind of grip. Even you have the technique, sometimes the technique doesn't work because they are just strong. So your wrist can break if they really twist hard, or if they grab and they really squish it hard enough. Especially when you're facing people who are on drugs, they are very strong and very wild with their power when they're on drugs. So if your arm here, these delicate joints and the tendon and stuff here is not strengthened enough, you can have your hand broken or the joint broken in a real fight, because some people are getting crazy with drugs and they just grab your hand and go twist, and there goes the hand. So you need to have at least some basic power with the grip, with the hand and stuff like that. It's not only about how hard you can punch, but also about the stuff you have right here in these joints. Okay, this one is okay. Most of the people, when you build a muscle here and here, this thing here is okay. But here, a lot of people who are bulking muscles, they can also have a weak wrist because they seldom train the wrist and the fingers. These delicate parts of the body are very often overlooked, and we need to train them and condition them in order to be able to save yourself in a life-saving situation. So I recommend this. What is this? This is the Conans Sword. And it's a museum replica product, and it doesn't come with a scabbard, so I need to build my own. It's pretty ugly, but does the job. Okay. It's a functional sword, and if you question why this is shiny, well, I was doing an experiment myself, and I would use this product here. This product, Peak. It's a metal polisher. You apply that on some used t-shirt or some cloth. You apply it on here, and then you put it here, and then you rub, and then you get it like this in 2 minutes. Very crazy. Let's take a look, eh? Wow, big difference. See that? Shiny. And here's the original. Well, the original is a good antique look, but this one here is very pretty. Yeah. So anyway, this is the Windlass version, or you can say the museum replica version. It's a 9-pound sword. I measured it in my other review. It's a 9-pound sword, very heavy because of all these stuff here. It's very heavy, and yeah. So it's a 9-pound sword made of it's good steel here. I think it's a 1075. I believe so. And made of carbon steel, a functional sword. You can sharpen it and even use it for cutting stuff. So right now it's sort of semi-sharp, not very sharp. And yeah, you can basically just swing this on someone's head and cut them off. It's pretty crazy. The sword here has a long handle. So usually when people pick it up, they use it with both hands like a bastard sword. Okay, with both hands, like that. And it feels okay with both hands. But now, what I want to say is that when you buy this sword here, it's a great tool actually for training your wrist and your grip. So I suggest using it one hand. To hold the sword properly is also the key. Hold it by here. Okay. Do not hold right here. The reason is, okay, it's a bad habit. It's easier because you're closer to the point of balance, but then it's a bad habit. When you really hold a real sword to cut and stab, if you hold it like that, the impact will be right back at you. So you need to hold here to be safe. It's a good habit. Okay, so now here are some exercises that you can do with a sword like this. The sword is a good investment if you're really into blades, and also if you're really into martial art and you want to be strong, it's a good investment. The price is about like $200 something, not very expensive, about $200 to $300. Okay, let's try. Here is the first exercise. Let's take a look, everyone. The first exercise is to do the inner and outer rotation. Just like with the Indian War Club that we showed before. I'm now going to use my left hand. I'm a right-handed person. Okay. First, you have to flip the blade over like so, and then relax the hand and chop forward. Relax right here like this, and chop forward. When you chop forward, control the blade well. Okay. 1, 2, 1, and 2. See? As you control the blade, you can feel the wrist here having that tension. And you need to have a strong wrist to be able to do that too. And remember, you have to keep the arm as straight as possible while you do it. And only use the wrist to turn. Let's take a look here. Only use the wrist to turn. Okay, let me do it face to, like, directly here. Okay, so that's one of the exercise you can do. If okay, this is too hard and you cannot move the sword, try this right here. Hold by two hands. Okay. Use this hand, the forward hand, as the primary. The other one is just a light holding to give some support. Okay, don't really use this hand to hold it. Just be there to give support. Now use the hand, forward hand, to tilt the tip here backward. Tilt to backward. And then chop forward. So with this hand, it looks like this. Tilt, chop. Tilt, chop. Like that. Okay, side view. One hand, tilt, chop. Tilt, chop. Okay. With both hands, tilt, chop. Tilt and chop. Okay. You're trying to use the back edge here, the back edge, to block, chop, like that. And then of course you can switch the hand to the left hand, back, chop, like that. Back, chop, back, chop. Use only the wrist to go like that. And here is another exercise for you. One more. Hold the blade with the elbows tucked in to your body. The blade should point forward and you hold the blade by here. Now we'll use the tip to draw circles. Let's try drawing circles counterclockwise. The other way around. Very good. Let's try the other hand. Only use the wrist to draw circles. And you're looking at the tip while you draw, making sure it's a circle. Look at the tip. Draw smaller circles, bigger circles, and then smaller circles again. Very good. So we learned 3 exercises right now. If you cannot hold the blade with one hand, secure with the other hand and try to go like that. Use this hand here just to help you stabilize the blade. Okay, so we learned 3 very simple exercises here, so that you can utilize the Conans Sword to help you to train the arms. And with this here, okay, you build up a lot of wrist power. The fingers get stronger, your grip is stronger. So in a real fighting situation, you can actually do more damage and also prevent yourself from some injuries. So thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and like. Bye bye.